it's really an encapsulated sort of description of it. And this couple comes at this aging actress, and they pay the price. But Kathleen Turner is fabulous in the movie, and it was really great to work. But you know, it's kind of like there was a movie, an old movie back in the day called Sunset Boulevard,
Oh
and
yes.
it's a little bit like that. You know, it's just flavor wise, not certainly, you know, compatible, but yeah. So
And I
it's
suppose,
I
yeah.
you'll like it.
And Chris, can you tell us about you played your fellow namesake Chris? Can you tell us about Chris Valente or
Yes, well, Chris in the movie is a wonderful acting teacher. And so you'll really like my stuff. He's super manipulative and a charlatan, but he's really fun. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and you mentioned there a charlatan, so I take it he's on the side of evil, or does he have a conscience at him that makes him see the light of day?
Well, he's very self-serving. So he's teaching the young lady acting, one of the vultures acting,
Yeah.
and and he has his own program, of course, because he wants to bed that actress. So he has his own program going. So it's layers of vultures, Jim. It's like
Okay.
it's it's the food chain. It's kind of the Hollywood food chain, I think.
Yeah.
Way to
Eat,
put it.
sleep, pray, as the saying goes. That everyone is after the concept of prey. Everyone is seen as a potential target, and you have the chief target on top, and everyone's gunning for her. Is that the role of the concept?
That is exactly it. It's really. I don't want to preview too much of the film. I just go see it. And if you don't like it, I'll buy the pizza. I'll personally come over to Ireland and buy everyone a pizza. Two toppings
Okay.
only. Okay, that's good.
Okay. A pizza, I suppose a bacon and cabbage dinner would be more at home in terms of Ireland anyway. But Chris, in terms of the long game, can you tell us about where it was shot? This sort of movie, because I was trying to dig up and do some sort of research. Was it shot here in Los Angeles, or was it shot in a different part of the United States?
No, it was shot all in Los Angeles, and a lot of the scenes were done in one studio up in Monte Vista. This guy has this fantastic personal studio that he built, and you walk into this giant like mansion, and it looks like a Victorian mansion, and it opens up to a cafeteria, and then you're in an airport, and then you're in a it just goes on forever. It's the most, I mean, I've shot in, you know, I've certainly shot at Paramount and MGM and Sony and all over all the studios in Los Angeles in my years here. But this was really an interesting place, kind of an in-house studio, and it was super convenient. And we had a great crew. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris, in terms of from the time you started the production to the time you wrapped, was I suppose in terms of this movie, you mentioned the studio, you mentioned what you were able to do. You probably worked 12, 13 hour days. Was it probably from start to finish? Was it about 3 weeks?
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
thinking as much.
And
And
hmm?
yeah, continue.
No, I just said that, you know, we go long days. I mean, people go, how could you, they don't work that long? Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. And then you tack on an hour or two to get there, depending on traffic. Of course, you guys have traffic too, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, long days.
Yeah, and Chris, in terms of the movie as well, the long game, in terms of its appeal, it's sort of, you mentioned we have suspense, we have drama, we have the lust, sort of romance. So is it a storyline that keeps you guessing in terms of throughout the concept, or is it very easy to sort of formulate the what is going on in terms of the plot, or do we have some nice little twists here and there that might make you sort of rethink where it's going?
Yeah, yeah. There are some twists, and you're not sure whether they're actually able going to one. You're not sure whether they're actually going to go through with their plan because there's a lot of there's a lot of hedging back and forth and missed opportunities, and then finally you don't realize, as a whether Kathleen's going to go along with it, whether they're actually going to get her. And I'm not gonna tell anything like
Okay.
I'm not going to reveal anything. No.
Okay, so the suspense is going to be kept on a knife edge. And Chris, you've get many projects throughout the years have been thrown at your doorstep, many talent agents, producers, and obviously you're at this stage of your career where you can siphon through scripts and say that's for me, that isn't for me, maybe that is an option. What made this one stand out in terms of the top of the pile of the heap, in terms of saying to yeah, I'll have a talk with this director. I'll have a talk with this producer to see what this is about. What drew your intrigue?
Well, Jim, what drew me was one Kathleen Turner, because I admire her work through the years, and she's just nice as she can be. And but also the construction of the story, how the story's told, and the velocity of it. And I relished the opportunity to play an acting teacher in a movie.
Okay, an acting teacher in a movie. Yeah, we've seen a good lot of those roles of late as well. We've seen Henry Winkler play an acting teacher in the hit HBO series Barry as well. So to do it to perfection. So dare I say, it's a trade come easy to an actor to pretend to be an actor. Dare I say?
Well, and also but I teach at the Ruskin Theater in Los Angeles too. So I do a master class there. So I've been doing it for years, and
Mm.
so there is that part of me. But
Okay. Okay.
I work way more than I teach. So they go, "Can you come in? Can you come in and do some stuff?" I said, "No, I'm in Kentucky." "Oh yeah, Jim, I'm going to Kentucky a week from today,
Okay.
and I'm going to do a movie called Gambler's Choice about 100 jumpers. It's about horse, steeplechase horse racing, and I think I've done 12. I think I've done 12 movies that involved horses. I'm a horseman. I don't own one, but so we're going to Paducah, Kentucky, and do this really wonderful film called Gambler's Choice, kind of a family film about a young lady who was a great champion hunter jumper, is seriously injured and has to make a comeback. And yes, she does make the comeback.
Yes,
So it's
she
good.
does. And dare I say, you're at the home of horse racing, the Kentucky Derby, sure famous worldwide in terms of that, Chris. Anyway, Chris, before we came on air, you mentioned two projects in the pipeline that might be coming our way in the near future. One called Rock Bottom, featuring the son of Bon Jovi himself, and another movie called Inheritance. You might enlighten us a bit about those.
Well, I think
Whatever
that
you
rock
can reveal.
bottom. Yes, no, I can reveal. I'll take all the clothes off of those. The rock bottom is the story about a dad whose daughter says, "Why don't you get your hair bands back together that you had back in the days?" Because and indeed, the director of the real movie had a band, and he was out with doing power ballads in big stadiums with like there was a band called White Snake, and of course Bon Jovi, and it's that type of music. I'm a blues player myself, but so anyhow, so the dad says, "Yes, I'll get the band back together," and they almost do. But then, of course, the lead singer is a jerk and doesn't want to play along, so they have to find a new lead singer, and they come across Jake Bon Jovi, and but they need a tutor, Jim, and so someone who can teach them how to be a rock and roller. So I'm the tutor. I play Rick Rubin. I'm the they call me the hand. I'm the hand of rock and roll. I form them. So that's
Okay.
coming out in April. Yeah. And then this wonderful drama called The Inheritance that's coming out in September is about the good daughter and the bad daughter who inherit the father's sizable estates, and they fight over it, and it's great. So
Okay.
those are the movies. But I didn't tell you, there's another movie coming out, a Western. I've been busy.
Oh,
There's
I like
West,
westerns. I like westerns.
Well, there's if you like westerns, there's one that's playing on Amazon Prime right now called Far Haven, and
Okay.
Bruce Boxleitner is in it, and myself, and Marty Cove is in it. But Far Haven is fabulous. But this other movie's coming out called Long Shadows, and it's just a great, it's straight up 1880s western, and those two movies, Far Haven and Long Shadows, are great. So I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm busy, you know.
It's great to hear. It's great to hear, Chris. And you've been so busy, dare I say, you have had your trips to Ireland in the past, but one hasn't been on the offing for a while. Is one coming about soon, Chris? And do I believe, will you be venturing back to County Munster and good old Cork, where the Mulkey line runs deep and far?
Yes, I am. I'm coming back. Roll up the carpets. Yes, I'm coming back. And there's the Mulkey Pub in Cork. Thank you very much. And yeah, I look forward to coming back. I'm bringing my girl Dana Sparks, who has some Irish heritage, and so I think we're gonna come back in probably July, which is a good time. Go out to the west and get around. And and play some music. I'll bring my guitars. You're in my studio, so I have. I'll
Yeah, I
give you
was
a.
just about to ask before we left, in terms of that, the collection, any sort of famous memorabilia there, Chris?
Well, I have signed. I have a guitar signed by Muddy Waters that's here, and pictures of me and Jimi Hendrix, and there's Tom Hanks Tom Waits, who's a wonderful balladeer. These drums, by the way, are from the Doobie Brothers. My friend Keith Knutson, who gave me those drums before he passed away. So he said, if I ever need the drums, I'll come back and get them. So the ghost of Keith may
He's
wake me
lurking.
up. That would be great. Keith was a great guy, and the Doobie Brothers are great. So I have a new CD out that you can listen to
Okay.
called Tucson Tapes, Mulkey and Shockley. And we shot it, we recorded it all down on the Mexican border, mandolins and guitars. It's really, really cool. So I'm busy. I'm
You're
busy.
busy. You're busy. You're busy, Chris. In terms that you were so busy that St. Patrick's Day was resorted to a green mug of tea.
Yes, it was. No, we had the little kids. We had the little kids over here, and we had some brown liquor and some Guinness, and
Very nice.
and and yeah, we threw it down. I used to throw huge part. I used to throw maybe 50 people at my house. I don't know where I got the energy, but I pared it down. But next St. Patty's Day, if you want to come on over. I'll get a seat for you right there.
Okay. I think I'll take up that offer. But on that note, Chris Mulkey, time is caught up with us today. So we do check out The Long Game featuring Chris Mulkey, Sekai Abeni, Kathleen Turner. It's out in our cinemas here nationwide on April the 12th. And do look out for Chris and his upcoming projects, Rock Bottom and Inheritance. But all that's left for me to say now is, for the moment, for me, Jim Conlan, to you, Chris Mulkey, stay safe, take care, and God bless, sir.
You too, Jim. Thanks so much.
Take care, Chris.